Welcome everybody to SFC TV, brought to you by BTR Entertainment. I am your host, Carl Andrews, and welcome to a brand new format, a brand new platform for Shaftesbury Football Club right here on YouTube. Now, on today's show, we have highlights of the game this past Saturday, pre-season friendly against Poole Town. We also caught up with Jim Milligan, and we also caught up with Jack Hoey as well. Now, before we get to these highlights of what happened this past Saturday against Poole Town at the Cockrams, let's have a look at the lineup from this past Saturday. The starting 11 for Shaftesbury FC: Johnny Hill, Liam Faragua, Cam Beard, Charlie Burden, Sonny Pike, Jim Ward, Brandon Munday, Alfie Santos, Jack Lovell, Jack Hoey and Harry Baker. On the bench, we have Finn Moncrief, Ewan Joyce, Luke Burbridge, Moss Jackson, Harry McCowan, Brendan and Tyler Roberts-Disson. Now let's take you to the highlights of Shaftesbury versus Poole Town. Full time at the Cockerels. Shaftesbury FC 3, Poole Town FC 6. Now to Matthew Mullins, Jim Milligan and Jack Hoey.
Hi Jim, 6-3 defeat against Poole Town today. What's your thoughts on that performance in this sweltering conditions?
Oh, wasn't it hot? Positives. You're always coming into these games with a view of taking the positives out of it, but also where we conceded the 6 goals, we'll review that. We'll spend a bit of time going over and try to learn from it. Do you know what I mean? We'll go through it. There was mistakes. It was hot, but we're not going to use that as an excuse. I mean, Poole Town had 11 players out there playing in the same temperature. So what they did well was break lines, got behind, passing it really well, and we were just a little bit slow to maybe keep up with the pace of it. I think one of the goals was, well, all the goals are good, but one of them was good. I think the other ones I'm going to put down to our errors. That's not taking it away from Poole, but I just think if we were better in our transition and our principles of play, we probably could have made it a bit more of a better scoreline.
Harry Baker's goals, he practice them in training, does he?
No, but maybe we should just let him do his own thing. I think he sensed that. I think we said in the dugout, like, as soon as he took the turn, we were like, he's going for this, and keeper was off his line, and yeah, it was nice for him getting a goal sheet there. Keeps him motivated.
And Moss coming on, doing well.
Good little kid, isn't he?
Oh, he's a good player.
We're doing everything we can to keep hold of him, and we're trying to protect him. He's only 16. He's a player out there that effectively at this standard could probably be getting 90 minutes every week, but we're giving him, or we're trying to break him in. I mean, we're trying to sort of say to him, look, we know you're frustrated, but let's come on 45 minutes, do what you do. And I mean, three byline crosses. I mean, that was the difference. Poole Town in the first half would have took them 3 chances, and we just weren't clinical enough. So
I know it's too early to tell, but you got a starting 11 in mind for the first game of the season?
The way I look at it at the moment, we've got a big squad. We've got 24 players. We've had good chats with a lot of them. I don't look at a starting 11. I look at a starting 18. 11 with the subs and everything else. So, and it's there for everyone. I think it'd be wrong to say that I've got a starting 11, because these pre-season friendlies are all about us seeing who can play and who's fighting, who wants it more, and who adapts, who listens. And you know, I mean, we're quite lucky to have a large squad at pre-season for us to look at it.
One final one, lads. Looking forward to Saturday. How are you going to prepare for that?
Yeah, good. Yeah, we'll come in Tuesday. I mean, we'll look for a reaction. Pre-seasons, I'm not one of these managers. It's like, oh yeah, the result doesn't matter. The result does matter, because that's what we need to take into it. And we'll get hard work on Tuesday, and we'll look to go from there. I think we've got the Hospital Cup final on the Thursday, actually. So we've got training Tuesday, Hospital Cup final Thursday, Laverstock Saturday. So thick and fast.
Nice, Jim.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you. Jack, 6-3 defeat there. What were your thoughts on the performance from the boys today?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. They're a good side. They are probably a couple of weeks ahead of us, but obviously, no, they moved the ball really well. It was a different challenge for us today, I'd say. We're used to kind of having a lot of the ball down here, playing our way, but they kind of made that difficult for us. A lot of rotations, a lot of people dropping in, and yeah, it gives us something to think about for sure, because I think, like I said, they've done well today. They're probably going to do hopefully well next year. But yeah.
How did you adapt to the formation change during the second half?
So yeah, we've been practicing realistically sort of a 3-5-2, but we switched up today to a 4-3-3. And I don't know how it affected us. Maybe it was a bit of not knowing who was where at times, but like I said, I think their rotations were good, and centre halves were comfortable on the ball, and centre midfielders dropping into areas where we don't really want to go, and then number 10's dropping in from there, and it was one of them where I think the 4-3-3 is probably more comfortable for us, looking at what we've got and what the gaffer wants us to do in terms of, like I said, keeping the ball, getting the ball wide, really stretching this pitch, because we've got a lovely big pitch down here. So yeah, I think 4-3-3 going forward suits us, and hopefully, like I said, we can kick on now.
What are your expectations as a player this season? Another season at Shaftesbury?
Yeah, another season at Shaftesbury. So I finished off down here, and obviously it was a bit of a up and down season last season. Well, first of all, I'd definitely like to think what we've got in there and what the expectations are is going to be a lot higher than what happened last year. We obviously want to be successful, and we'll probably just sort of take it sort of game by game and see how it goes. But yeah, look, we want to be successful. We're not here. Players are not here to just make up the numbers. So hopefully, like I said, we hit the ground running, start the season, and see where it takes us come Christmas time and beyond.
This final one, what's it like playing under Jim?
Yeah, Jim. What can we say about Jim, eh? Yeah, I think his passion is unmatched at this level, really, to be honest. I think people sometimes get the wrong end of the stick with him. But look, he loves his football. He loves Shaftesbury, and he wants to play front foot attacking football, and that sort of suits my style. That's what I want to do. I want to keep the ball. I want to look after the ball, and really sort of, like I said, get some goals down here for myself as well as others. And yeah, hopefully that's the sort of style. And yeah, I really like working on the gym. So yeah,
Lovely. Cheers, Jack.
thank you very much.
If you would like to watch the full game of Shaftesbury FC versus Poole Town from this past Saturday, you can this Monday evening right here on SFC TV. Now, thanks for joining us here on SFC TV. I will see you next time. We will see you next week for Laverstock and Ford on the 19th. Thank you for joining us here, and we'll see you next time.
And here comes one. Boom!
Look, ETR to death.